Okay, so now let's take that next step. All right, we've already figured out, we've done some practice on what two whole numbers is that square root in between. So this is where we're starting this video right here, right where we left off on the last video. We already figured out that that's between 5 and 6. But now we want to know, is it closer to 5 or is it closer to 6? Which one is it closer to? Right? This is part of our organization and estimation here. So again, start right at the beginning and write your 25 and your 36, because you know that that square root of 28 has to be right there in between your square root of 25 and your square root of 36. Right? It falls right there. That's why you know the answer is between 5 and 6. So the next step is, how do we show which it's closer to? Well, an easy thing to do is, well, real quick, between 25 and 28, there was only 3 there. So there's only a distance of 3 between 25 and 28. But between 28 and 36, there's a distance of 8. Remember, it's closer to that number with that smaller distance away. So you can see that it's closer. That shorter distance is closer to 5. So that's it, because 28 is closer to 25. The square root of 28 is closer to 5. And that's all we do. We say right there that square root of 28 is between 5 and 6. But what I want you to do now is just go back and circle. All right, it's closer to 5. Right? That's it. It has to be closer to 5 because 28 is closer to 25 there. That's the only reason. Let's take another look. The second one we looked at was square root of 61. Right? And again, the first thing to do is to write the two square numbers it's in between. Well, it's in between square root of 49, and it's in between the square root of 64. And we're going to put our square root right there in between. Now we just got to figure out the distances. All right, from 49 to 61. Again, I can subtract there. 61 minus 49 to find the distance. I get that. That's 12. Right? But again, from 61 to 64, that distance is 3. Right? So as you can see now, very easy showing you here that because 61 is closer to 64, therefore the square root of 61, even though it's between 7 and 8 there, it has to be closer to 8. So all we're going to do now, like I said, is we're just going to indicate that it's closer to 8, and we're just going to circle right there. We're just going to say, okay, I know it's between 7 and 8, but it has to be closer to 8. And that's how you just, by just quick, checking, doing a quick adding or subtracting, that you can really figure out which one it's closer to. And this really the second step of really trying to estimate and figure out exactly what we're talking about here. All right, so that's how you really narrow it down a little bit and find out which of it's closer to. It's between 7 and 8 in this case, but it's closer to 8. And that's how you just start narrowing it down a little bit.